Welcome, I am JU, and part of my mission here is to make sure that young men and men in general don't make some of the mistakes that I've made and I've seen other men make throughout my life. So today we're going to be talking about staying single and celibate. Now we all know the good things about sex and that it feels good and that we get cool points for knocking down certain women with other men, and especially growing up, right? Growing up, you got your uncles, you got people around you asking you, "Oh, how many girlfriends you got?" You have people that are like holding up having sex and messing with girls at an early age like a trophy. And I feel like, we grow up, we have certain fears when it comes to sex, whether it's like when you're young, you kind of taught, just don't get a girl pregnant, right? That's what we're taught, right? Just don't get a girl pregnant. As we get older, as we see girls starting to mess with a lot of different guys, and we go through certain classes in school, and we're taught about STDs. So those things are in the back of our mind also growing up, which those are very serious things, getting somebody pregnant or catching an STD, and it's very realistic, especially nowadays when it comes to how easily accessible sex is, man. And we look at our parents' generations and how women used to dress and carry themselves, and the how taboo certain things were and how non-accessible stuff was, whether it was like pornography or just not having Instagram and phones and stuff that we can see sexual content basically at any time. Like you can go into Walmart and you can see sexual content, or just the tightness of women clothes nowadays is a lot of this stuff is different for us nowadays. So just the over-sexualization of women especially has been normalized. And when we look at other countries, like yeah, we see women in Africa and stuff, they don't usually wear much clothes, but if you grow up like that and seeing stuff like that, then that's normal for you. You're not really like sexualizing the woman around you in that way because you've been seeing it all your life. Rather us, we used to women covering up more, and nowadays they are basically walking outside in lingerie. So a lot of that kind of messes up our mind here in America when it comes to the young men. So why should you take being single and celibate into consideration as a young man, even if you are not like religious in no type of way? First reason, man, is because the pool is dirty, man. The pool is dirty when it comes to the like the woman, especially if you're growing up, especially like in an urban area, man, you're gonna see that a lot of women, they are messing with a lot of guys at a young age, and they're taking on the energy from these guys, whether they know it or not. And if you're the type of guy where you indulging in the same woman that everybody else is, then you're taking on those energies also from her and whatever trauma she's been through, and from those other guys that she's been with. So how is men we can learn to fix some of these things is by raising our standards and taking more time being single and celibate, and teaching the young guys that are coming up after us that, yo, it's okay to wait. Like, yo, you should kind of like protect your energy. Like you should kind of hold yourself up to a certain value. Like I know you got guys around you that's not on self-improvement, that's not working on themselves, that eat a bunch of BS and stuff like that. You got these type of guys around you, and you messing with the same girls that they're messing with, that energy is coming on to you. So essentially, we are feeding these spirits. We're feeding this so-called Jezebel energy. That's what's created by us. That was created by men. Because if we weren't feeding those energies, then they wouldn't exist. For example, and like this is a very easier said than done example, if all guys stopped promoting these women that are being very promiscuous and like showing their bodies and stuff, and we started holding up women that didn't do all that, like they were promoting themselves reading books and dressing more modestly and stuff like that. If we promoted those type of stuff, then we wouldn't have like these Jezebel type energies just running rampant and creating chaos in our society. Part of this will also come from the understanding that sex is not only for pleasure. Like, yes, it does feel good. We all know that. And that's a good thing that it does feel good, because that's going to make us want to do it. But we have to understand that the reason why it feels good is so we want to do it, right? And that is for procreation, and that's for spreading our legacy and keeping our bloodlines going and stuff like that. Like that's the original meaning. That's why any species it has the capability to reproduce, so it doesn't die out. But we do also have to understand, like as humans, when we're doing this stuff, and even in the Bible, it says that two become one. We have to understand that we're merging energies with this woman, whether we like it or not. It doesn't, you condom, no condom, it doesn't matter. Like sex is definitely an exchange of energy. So you have to protect yourself as a man. We see it time and time again. Men who can't control themselves and their lust, they usually that becomes the end of their destruction. You can look at certain stories in the Bible. You can look at stories in real life. You can look at kingdoms, certain great rulers. All it takes is that one woman to mess up everything. So as men, especially older men like myself, I've spent years of my life, especially my younger years, worrying about how many women I can knock down and stuff like that. And I feel like it's our responsibility if we want to take back control and not have this Jezebel's demon-like spirits like running rampant and taking control over the society and stuff like that. It's our responsibility to raise our standards and teach our sons and our nephews and the younger guys growing up under us to also raise their standards and protect their energies. We got to stop asking, how many girlfriends you got? We got to start teaching these guys like, like make sure if you do start messing with a girl, make sure that she's not just out here for anybody, because if she is out here for anybody, then she can be dangerous. If we start teaching stuff like that, then it will be a lot of changes in society. But for ourselves specifically, if we start moving in this way, we will be more prosperous, man. And it's because we're not wasting our time with women that don't deserve our time. Because speaking from experience, man, from a guy that's been with a lot of women, the itch is never fully scratched. You're going to want to keep indulging and keep dipping back in, and it's going to lead you down some dark paths. And also, like, yeah, you're going to destroy yourself in the process, man. You're going to destroy yourself in the process. Now, I'm not saying that you need to be 100% not messing with any girl and 100% celibate. No, I just want to provoke some thoughts into your mind so you understand what you are doing when you are entertaining some of these women. And there are women out, and there's plenty of women out there that are not of that ilk, but it's like we as a society, we make it hard for those women to not want to be like that, because they see what girls are getting promoted, what girls are getting the quote unquote high value guys, or being around these high value guys. And yeah, it makes a lot of women want to step out and make OnlyFans or post that picture, turning around, showing her butt to the camera and stuff like that. We as men in society, we created this, because we promoted, we wanted the thickest thighs and the biggest breasts and all of these different things. We wanted to see so much skin, and now we created a monster. So that's really all I got for this video, man. I hope it did provoke some thoughts in your mind to maybe like just change up some things that you're doing, or to become a better influence to younger guys if you are a guy like around my age or older and stuff like that. As always, love y'all. I'm out. My family, one last thing. Make sure you get to the Telegram if you're not in the Telegram group. That's why I'm giving daily updates. Also, check out the Patreon, and also got a donation link if you want to support the channel. That's it, though. All right, y'all.